Here are my college football predictions for this week 2 matchups. So these are the main matchups for the week 2. But starting off with Michigan versus Oklahoma. You have Oklahoma, who's been a team who's trying to really make a name for themselves this season. You have a Michigan team who didn't play great last week. But if they can play tempo with Bryce Underwood, they can have a very fast offense. They will knock off this Oklahoma defense. But Oklahoma, man, starting quarterback, he has played well in week 1. Let's see if he can do it again in week 2. I wouldn't be shocked if we get an upset here and Oklahoma wins this game, but I'm going to go with Michigan. You have Illinois versus Duke. Illinois has a very, very high expectation, very high standards this upcoming season, and I think they can go to Duke and knock them off. Duke is, Duke's home record is great, and that's one of the main things they have going for them is that their home record is it's so good. I do think Illinois gets this win at Duke, though, in Durham. And so, yeah, that's what's going to be. Ole Miss versus Kentucky. This game, to me, is going to be a very close game, probably going to be separated by 3.5, maybe max 5.5 points. I got Ole Miss winning this game, but, I don't think this Ole Miss team is the team from last year with Jackson Dart. I think it's not good. It's not to that level. I think we'll see Ole Miss take a little decline this season and maybe add another loss to that column. And I think we'll see, but I think this week we'll see a win for Ole Miss. Florida will knock off South Florida, and I don't think it will be close. I think they win this game by 15.5, maybe even 20.5 points. DJ Lagway, that defense, they're going to be fine. They'll be fine. Iowa State versus Iowa. This is going to be a very close game, separated by 3 points. I'm going to take Iowa State to win this game. I know Iowa, they have a new quarterback this year who with high expectations of him, and they expect this team to be a little bit better than what they are. I don't think that will happen. I'm going to take Iowa State. Kansas versus Missouri. Missouri, SEC team. I'm going for the upset here. I think Kansas last season played some really good football. I think they're going to trickle that over to this year. I do think Missouri, bringing their transfers and bringing some of those veteran players back are going to be a good team this year. Not top 4 in the SEC, but a good team nonetheless. And so this game to me can go either way. Arizona State versus Mississippi State. I'm taking Arizona State. I think Mississippi State has lost the plot. And I still don't think they've been, relevant for a little while here. So I'm going to definitely go with Arizona State, who is the more up and coming college football program with in this realm. SMU versus Baylor. I think SMU. I think Baylor definitely does have high expectations for themselves this season. I think in the ACC, SMU is one of the better teams, if not the best team, alongside Clemson. I think they get the win against Baylor. I think that Baylor doesn't have enough to compete with SMU. Oregon versus Oklahoma State. This is Oregon's game to lose. Oklahoma State hasn't been relevant for a while now, and they just have fallen in recruiting. So I'm going to take Oregon to win this game. Vanderbilt versus Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's offense didn't look horrible last week against South Carolina. I think there were bright spots. South Carolina's defense played outstanding, though. I think this will be an offensive duel. I think we see over 50 to 55 points during this game. I think we see a shootout, in my opinion. I'm going to go with Vanderbilt all day long to win that game. But there are some other games in college football that are on this list that are being talked about. I personally think these are the main ones for this week. But let me know what y'all think down below in the comments.